A couple more examples here of solving some linear systems. This is part 2 of the videos. So the third example I'm going to do, I did 2 previous ones in the other video. So the third example, a chemist wishes to make 15 liters of 34% HCl solution. The available acids are 25% strength and 50% strength by volume. So it's kind of like you're mixing the two of them to get to the 34% that you want. It's like mixing hot water and cold water to make warm water. Find out how much of each solution they should use to mix the desired solution. Okay, so you have your 2 solutions, the 25% solution and the 50% solution, and you're mixing the 2, okay, and you're going to get 15 liters. Now I don't know how much of each one, 15 liters of the 34% solution. So I don't know how much of each different strength I'm going to have to use. So I'm going to assign letters. I want to have X be the amount of 25% HCl and Y be the amount of 50% HCl required. So I'll do a couple of let statements. Let X represent the amount of 25% HCl solution, and I'm going to let Y represent the amount of 50% HCl solution. And I know that my X plus Y needs to equal 15 liters. Okay, because the 2 solutions mixed is going to give me 15 liters. There's my first equation. My second equation is going to involve the percentages because I'm doing a mixture. I have 0.25% times X plus, and I have 0.5, 50% solution times the Y amount is going to equal 0.34, the 34% solution that I'm going for, that's my goal, and I need 15 liters of it. Okay, so my first equation deals with strictly the amounts. X amount plus Y amount equals 15, and my second equation is going to deal with the mixtures. So you have the percent times how much, percent times how much equals percent times how much. Okay, so I'm going to take my equations. Let's take equation 1. Let's get a letter by itself. So equation 1 rearranged is going to be X equals 15 minus Y. We're taking Y, subtracting Y from both sides. Now I have a letter by itself, and I can sub equation 1 into equation 2. Okay, so I'm going to put my equation 1 of X equals into where the X is in my second equation. So I have 0.25 times 15 minus Y plus 0.5 times Y equals, and I have 0.34 times 15 equals 5.1. So I multiplied those two together. Okay, so now I can multiply this 0.25 into both of those in the brackets. 0.25 times 15 is 3.75 minus 0.25y plus 0.5y equals 5.1. Collecting like terms, I'm going to positive 0.25y equals 5.1. Subtract 3.75 from both sides. And I have 0.25y equals 1.35. I'm going to divide both sides by 0.25. And I'm going to get y equals 5.4, and that's 5.4 liters. Then I'm going to take my 5.4 liters, and I'm going to sub y equals 5.4 into back into my first equation, and it was x equals 15 minus 5.4, which is going to give me 9.6 liters. So therefore, to make 34% solution, 15 liters of 34% solution, I need to have 9.6 liters of the 25% solution, and I need to have 5.4 liters of the 50% solution is required. Okay. The next example, same thing. I'm going to set up a couple of equations, and I'm going to use substitution to solve them. Canoe trip took 4 hours to travel 10 kilometers downriver. With the current, it took 5 hours to travel back against the current. So you're going one way with the current, the other way back against the current. Find the speed of the canoe in still water and the speed of the current. Now the current is going to push against the boat. It's going to make it go faster, okay? And when you're going against the current, it's actually going to slow you down. Think of the wind. If you're going for a run, the wind is kind of pushing you on your back. It makes you go a little bit faster. And when you're running against the wind, it's in your face, it actually slows you down. Okay, so I'm going to let x represent the speed of the canoe. And I'm going to let y represent the speed of the current. Now, when they're working together, you're going to have x plus y. Okay, that is my that's my speed, and I want to have x minus y when they're working against each other. And I want to use the formula distance equals speed times time. Okay, so my x plus y is my speed. My time when it was going with it is 4, and it's going to equal a distance of 10. And when working against it, my speed is x minus y because it's going slower. It took a longer time. It took 5 hours, but it went the same distance. Okay, so both these equations is speed, time equals distance. Speed, time equals distance. Equation 1, equation 2. Okay, so before I do any further math, I'm going to need to multiply my 4 into that equation. I need to multiply 5 into this equation. So equation 1 is going to be 4x plus 4y equals 10. And equation 2 is going to become 5x minus 5y equals 10. Now, to answer this question, I'm actually going to use elimination. I could do substitution, rearrange, get a letter by itself, but this time I'm going to use elimination. And I'm going to try and get, notice I have my x's on top of each other, my y's on top of each other, equals on top of each other, every number is on top of each other. So let's find a common multiple. I'm going to have them both go to 20. I'll try and get rid of my x's. So I'm going to have multiply equation 1 by 5 and multiply equation 2 by 4. If I multiply entire equation 1 by 5, I'll have 20x plus 20y equals 50. Equation 2, if I multiply it by 4, I will have 20x minus 20y equals, and I'll choose another equal 40. Now, 20x's, 20y's, okay, I can get rid of either one of them using elimination. So maybe I'll choose and get rid of my x's. So that would be equation 1 subtract equation 2, because I need to find a way to make it go to 0. So put a little subtraction sign between each thing. 20 subtract 20 is 0 x's. I have 20 subtract negative 20. 2 negatives is a positive. So plus 40y equals, and that's going to equal 10. So I have 0x is really nothing there. So 40y equals 10. Y equals 10 divided by 40. Y equals 0.25. And that would be kilometers per hour. And y was the speed of the current, so it explains why it's not very fast. And then I'm going to I have to go back and find my x value, so I'm going to sub y equals 0.25 into, and choose an equation. I'm going to choose equation 1, doesn't really matter. And I'll have 4x plus 4, 0.25 equals 10. 4x, and you have plus 4 times 0.25 is 1 equals 10. I have 4x equals 10 subtract 1. 4x equals 9. So therefore x equals 9 divided by 4, which is 2 1/4. X equals 2.25. So therefore, the boat traveled, or the canoe traveled, at 2.25 kilometers per hour, and the current was 0.25 kilometers per hour. Okay, so another example, setting up a couple equations, and you can use substitution or elimination to figure out the answer. Thank you very much.